the key to creative freedom is actually creative limitations. Let me explain. Hey creators, Aimon here, and this is where I help creators go full time. So what I mean by the key to creative freedom is actually creative limitations is that we need to put a bunch of limitations on us as creatives, because I don't know if you noticed, but our minds, they kind of run wild because, we are quite creative people. And so we're all over the place a lot of the time. We're over here making music, we're over here making videos, we're over here doing puzzles or, whatever else we do, doing hikes and all that sort of stuff. And we want to do that. And then we do that and we achieve that. And then we're like, but we didn't have structure to that. How do we want to get to where we actually want to go? How do we actually have a goal in place? How do we structure our lives? And that's kind of what I'm talking about today. Because it's funny, there's either blessed or cursed, maybe a bit of both, with like a creative brain, but also a very logical brain. So I can kind of get caught up in a lot of this sort of stuff, but it's helped me come up with a structure with my life that's allowed me to be creatively free within this little boxed-in creative playground because of the limitations that I've put in. And it's awesome because it means I don't have to think about what I'm doing or what I'm not doing, what I should do, what I should not do, because I'm like, oh, does it fit within this framework? Okay, if it doesn't, don't do it. If it does, do it. And the reason I do that is because I've just decided, okay, these are the bounds that I want to work within because I want to achieve these goals. And so anything outside of that, saying no to it is very powerful. So I'm kind of speaking in general terms here, but just to dive in a little bit deeper, as a creative, I've had, I don't even know, upwards of 20 different creative projects. I've started a record label. I've had like 3 different music projects, 4 different music projects. I've started and stopped YouTube like 5 times. I've run 4 different creative businesses, including currently I'm running 3 creative businesses right now. And, I'm just all over the shop. And for a very long time, I couldn't put a harness on this thing, and it's very powerful to have this thing. But I don't know if you've noticed, but our current society is not really set up for complementing this sort of set of gifts, you might say. So it's our job as creatives to actually understand exactly what it is that we want and then cut off the rest of the other things. Because, if I never did that, then I'd still just be wild and over here painting and over here, kite surfing, or I don't even know. I don't do either of those things, but you know what I'm saying? You just kind of like get a little bit ADHD with it, kind of jumping all over the place. And before you know it, you've half started and half finished 45 projects that you're all really passionate about, but you never finish any of them, Actually, it's 5 music projects I've had, right? I made a rap album one time, never released it. Damn, I'm glad I didn't release it. Anyway, but so there's 2 things that have really helped me in terms of putting creative limitations on myself, which has helped me to get where I want to go and helped me achieve a lot of things. And the first main thing is having life KPIs. First of all, having writing down a very clear vision of your future, right? I've actually just come up with a great idea. But anyway, having a very clear vision of your future. And I go over all of this in the Creative Dream Life course in the link in my bio. It's only like $29 or something, which is like $4 because the Australian economy sucks. Anyway, when you have a clear vision of the future, you can kind of work backwards and have life KPIs in place. So if you're like, okay, this is my dream life, this is what I want to achieve up here, then all right, cool. So the type of person that achieves that thing, what are they doing on a week-to-week basis? They're probably doing these 5 things, let's say. And then you kind of manage those 5 things. So, get very clear. All right, I'm going to make 1 song per week. I'm going to make 2 YouTube videos per week, which is that's actually one of my KPIs, for example. And I'm going to release them both, And so I've got 5 or 6 KPIs right now. And they're all very specific in terms of actions or things that I can do. There's only one that's like a little bit more general. And I believe that's just to create as often as you can without expectation for the outcome, So just create, right? And that's kind of a KPI that I'm working on to the left right here right now. But having these key performance indicators, as they call them in business, they're going to be able to actually allow you to manage like, oh, am I actually performing at the rate that I think I need to be performing in order to achieve that dream life 5 years down the line or something, right? So this has like been absolutely huge because first of all, if I go, all right, cool, that's where I want to go. That there. Out of everything that you could potentially do in life, which is a billion things, that's the place that I want to go. It gets very easy to then nail down the creative limitations on that. Because like this, every person I speak to about this, they're like, wait, what? You have all this written down? And I show them my Notion board. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, is it? Like, it's not. I don't think it's that crazy. But like, anyway, if you're one of those people thinking, oh, that is like, pretty interesting to actually have written down what my dream creative life is, why don't you do that? Like, do that after this video or do it now, and get very specific with it. And again, if you want a structure for how to do that, link is in the bio. It's a course, super cheap. But second thing is to have my calendar set up in a way. So my personal calendar, this is my work calendar, obviously. But my personal calendar goes like, from 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. I'm doing like gym, meditation, journaling, whatever, if I'm doing that, and then breakfast and blah, blah, getting ready. And then work, 8:30 to whenever. And then from this point, 5:30 or 4:30 to 9 p.m. is then, making YouTube videos, making music, making products, making courses, all this sort of stuff. So it's like I have to, in that period of time, which is the period of time that you allocate to your creative projects or life, that's what you do in that time. And that's all you do. You can't do anything else outside of that. But like what comes in like making YouTube videos is also making thumbnails, uploading YouTube videos, all that sort of stuff, right? And I've got structures and processes on how I follow those as well. But the key message here is that like, it's funny how often I also see other creatives doing what I used to do, and they just kind of don't have much structure. And sometimes very often they make very insane creative work, but they only if they're focused on that one thing. I've got one videographer friend, he runs a business and he's very ADHD. And sometimes I'm surprised with how he's organized enough to run a business. I'm like, God damn, yeah, I hate crushing it. But like when you talk to him, he's had like 30 ideas in the last 2 minutes, I'm like, how do you keep organized? I don't know if he's got his own system, but he does. And so it surprises me sometimes. But there's a lot of creatives out there that have this mind that's jumping all over the place. They want to do all these millions of things. And it's at least been very beneficial to me to just put these creative limitations in place, get clear on what I want, how to get there, and then work backwards. And then when people are like, oh my God, do you want to like make an album in the woods, like a rock album? I'll be like, oh, I would love to, but I'm not going to do that because it doesn't suit my goal, But and it doesn't mean you can't go outside of that goal. It doesn't mean you can't experiment outside of these creative limitations, but it just makes your life easier as a creative because what you want is to play in a playground, really, as a creative, I find anyway. And you don't want to think about anything else. But if you just go, instead of the playground being the whole world, if you just go, this is the playground. You can play in here as much as you want. You hit a wall, you go, okay, cool, all good. We'll run over here now. And it still keeps me satisfied because I've got multiple projects going, YouTube, music, running a couple of businesses, all that sort of stuff. But I'm working within the confines of this is the space this is the place that I want to go. This is the goal that I have for myself, right? So the key to creative freedom is actually creative limitations. And a lot of people aren't talking about that. So it's been very valuable for me, and hopefully you've gotten some value out of this as well. But yeah, if you've got anything to add, feel free to pop it in the comments. I would love to know your experience with creative limitations and if it actually helps you or if not. But thanks for watching.